fortune in the form of a strong breeze smiled once again on our heroes as it practically blew the Kerwood Derby into their laps. Now Bullwinkle is once more a mental marvel, the smartest moose in the world.
Or even in the US of A, which is bigger.
That is, when he's wearing the Derby.
The energy factors in electromagnetic quanta are proportionate to the wavelength of radiation.
But there's one drawback to wearing the Derby.
My brains keep overheating.
In the meantime, Boris and Natasha had been given one last chance to get the fabulous bowler back.
You see this box big enough?
Yes, fearless leader.
At noon, I send it to Pennsylvania with Kerwood Derby inside.
Suppose I don't get Derby.
I send it back with you inside.
But I wouldn't be able to breathe in there.
Believe me, that will be the least of your problems.
You mean?
Jawohl, you won't be breathing.
Oh, boy.
Boris, he's not kidding.
You're not kidding, he's not kidding. Come on.
And the two villains set off on their last desperate attempt to thwart our heroes, who were at that moment wondering what to do with the Derby.
Bullwinkle, there's only one place that hat should be.
On a hat rack.
We gotta take it to Washington.
He never wears a derby.
No, I mean...
Usually he wears a wig.
Bullwinkle!
Besides, he's not with us anymore, you know.
Bullwinkle!
He's gone to the big cherry orchard in the sky.
I don't mean George Washington. I mean Washington, D.C.
Oh, him!
That derby should be worn by the heads of government.
Say, that's right.
Now, how do we get to Washington from here? We're broke.
Beats me.
Put on the hat and see if you can get an idea.
Okay, let's see. Well, obviously, the best way to get to Washington is run for office and be elected.
Bullwinkle, it worked.
It did? What'd I say?
We're going to run as candidates.
All the way to Washington?
No. Come on, I'll show you.
Rocky and Bullwinkle started their campaign. First, they held a rally of the Hatful clan.
And if I'm elected, I'll drive every Floy out of the county.
Next, they held a rally for the Floy clan.
And if I'm elected, I promise to drive every hatful out of the county.
You're going to be quiet around here after the election.
As a result, before the day was over, Rocky had been unanimously elected as a representative from Peaceful Valley, Missouri, and was on his way to Washington.
Traveling first class, too.
Yep, first class freight.
Boris, they are getting away.
Of course, but the Derby won.
Yes, at that moment, Rocky asked,
When will we arrive in Washington, Bullwinkle?
Wait, I'll put on my demon derby and come up with the answer.
Boris prepared to hurl a strange weapon.
He's a boomerang, Natasha.
Darling, you can throw a boomerang.
In a perfect cycle, Natasha. Watch.
And just as Bullwinkle began to speak,
We'll arrive in Washington on
the boomerang neatly lifted the derby from his head.
Go on, Bullwinkle.
Go on where?
When do we get there?
Why, ask me.
'Cause you're wearing the Kerwood Derby on your head and... Hokey smoke, it's gone!
My head?
The hat!
Oh, I'm glad it wasn't my head. I wouldn't have nothing to hang my antlers on.
The wind must have blown it off! Stop the train! Well, here it comes, darling. Oh, Boris, you're such a dirty crook.
You're just saying this because you know it's true.
Where did you learn to throw boomerang?
Where else? Australia, where I spent 2 years living with the kangaroos.
You were a naturalist.
No, a pickpocket.
Well, it looks as if our bad guys have won at last. But anyway, watch our next gloomy episode, Boomerang Bowler, or Boris Makes a Comeback.
Well, I guess that about wraps up another Rocky show.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always say.
Bullwinkle, time for us to go.
Already? Okay, but first, here are some of the people who made this show impossible.
That's not all.
My fingers get tired. Oop! Got away from me again.
Well, see you next time. Ready, Bullwinkle?